All right. Welcome back to More FLA Homes. If you're new to the channel, my name is Christian Clay. Alongside me is one of our real estate rock stars on the squad, the Wesley Chapel King himself. Corey, how are you?
Doing great. How you doing, big dog?
I'm doing great too, man. Hey, buying a new construction home in Florida. At this point in time, there's probably people on the other side watching us like word for word saying what I'm saying. It's not just
That's
one
right.
decision, it's a series of small decisions. So make sure you have some systems in place. Corey, take them home.
That's exactly right. It's a series of small decisions. And the reason people really reach out to us, not only because of our great videos, the information that we're able to provide, and that we are 100% a fiduciary to our clients. We don't work for any of the builders, so we're able to kind of broker you through them and through the different areas you want. And I think they reach out to us because of the method and the systems that we've developed to be able to find you good deals and to assure you that you're going to get a great home with one of the builders because they do make mistakes. There's a certain level of human error that even the sales reps that we work with tell us, like, hey, there will be some hiccups along the way. We just have to know how to get through them. But the method that we put into place using our build method is really locking in a lot of great deals for our clients. And today we're going to be able to show you how we use that method to get one of our clients from Pittsburgh a great deal.
From Pittsburgh. Hold on now.
Pittsburgh, let's
So
go.
so Pennsylvania to Pennsylvania, you're working with him. Is there like some
Yes,
sort
I
of
am.
lingo that you guys have going on, or is it like you guys
Oh
talk in
yeah,
meditation?
I guess so. We can say like the yins. You ever heard Pittsburgh people say that? How
I've
yins
never.
doing?
Not no.
That's a
Oh yeah.
Pittsburgh
How
thing.
Ian's doing? Okay, cool.
How
I got
yins
some culture
doing?
thing here.
So we got the lingo. We can talk about the topography and stuff a little bit, the best restaurants. But here's the thing. He just like me. He's coming down to Florida to get away from that snow, cold weather, and gray spring. So we're still seeing a lot of people traveling to Florida, moving here for the climate, for no state income taxes, for job opportunities, and most importantly, tons of new construction homes with beautiful amenities. And in this case, we were able to help our client find not only the right location but a community that he wanted to be in that kind of checked all of his boxes. We know there's going to be some level of compromise with anybody that buys a home, right? But if we can take your top five boxes and get them all checked off, we're doing great. And from this situation, looking for a community with no CDD fees, we get that call a lot, right? We don't
Oh my
want to pay
goodness.
any CDD fees. It's like one of the most important things for
It's
people when they're home
doable, but you
shopping.
typically don't get this right here. What you're looking at,
But
right?
you don't get this
Yeah.
when have no CD. You usually don't get a pool. So this community has a little over $100 a month for the HOA, and that's going to include a pool with no CDD fees as well.
If anybody wants information on the community, make sure you reach out to us. We will make sure that you are hooked up. So talk to us about our climb because
Yes.
this is a subscriber of ours. They've been working with us
Yes.
for a while. We tell everybody out there,
Hmm.
hey, if you're ready to make it happen now or later, reach out to us. They've been with us for a while. What was the process like? What was he looking for? And how did we end up,
Yeah.
I guess, getting to where we're at now?
Exactly. So we actually kind of teamed up, a couple of us agents on this deal, and we worked together to find the right location, to find the right price point, floor plan, be able to check as many of those boxes, right? So as a team, we kind of worked together to go through the neighborhoods. This is actually one of the first neighborhoods that we pointed out to our client. He wasn't as sure about it immediately. So we did a little tour through, all of the Polk County, Winter Haven, Lake Alfred, there you go, Haines City, and we ended up at this community, and he absolutely loved it. And I think one of the best things that he loved about the community was the lot sizes.
Yeah,
So we're talking,
they stand out for sure. Like when you're driving your the
oh yeah,
drone over the top, you can see the backyards are big, the widths are big. They have 3 car garages, so I know that they have some good, frontal depth to them.
absolutely. But taking them through these different communities and through the builders, we were able to build some leverage with the different homes that we liked from different builders in different areas and different incentives that they were offering, better interest rates. By using all that, we were able to kind of lean on the builder to get the deal done if they wanted to get it done that weekend right away, as opposed to them leaving and having other options, maybe never returning, coming back in the door. But having a 70-foot wide lot like this one is,
Dog.
with a 3-car garage, which usually goes on a 60-foot home site,
Under
is
four hundred
giving you
thousand.
under
Come on,
$400,000.
come on,
And we're
folks.
talking
Listen
about
up.
getting them, almost $20,000 in closing costs. And one thing that was important about this deal was that we got a 1% interest rate buy down with the preferred lender. Now, we were talking about a home site that was going to be developed and completed in about 4 or 5 months from contract. So we weren't able to get on one of those quick interest rate, quick move in home rates, but we were still able to secure a rate buy down for them at the time they did close their home. So when they go to close, they're going to have that 1% from whatever market is. And he's been working very closely with that lender to figure out a little bit of his own rate buy down to make this more affordable. So there's a ton of different situations that you can get into with these lenders, but they'll give you options and they'll really work closely with you to see, hey, do you want to have a little bit higher rate and then pay less in closing cost fees? What situation works best for you? What's your buying power? So for our client, building the buyer leverage by going to other builders, seeing comparable floor plans was huge. And then once we had that, we were able to unlock all of those incentives that the builder does have in their back pockets. And in certain situations, they really want to move their product. We're able to swing for the fences on those deals.
So you guys go under contract. By the way,
Hmm.
love this community, love the fees. Location is great. I think it fits a lot of needs. I think it's kind
Yes.
of interesting that you showed this community first and then you circle back to it, and it's like you guys knew me well. Like, I didn't even know I knew
Yes.
myself. But
That's it.
one of our pillars is locking in the quality of the home, right? Like
Yes.
where are you guys at with that? And take us through that step for everybody.
So yeah, I told you we got into contract before the home, like in the early construction stages. We'll say maybe the home was in block, so we were able to get that pre-drywall inspection, which I thought is huge for them and something that they really wanted. They wanted to be able to get a little look behind the walls there. And in this report, you can see there's a few things that pop up. Very simple items: a shingle that's cracked, maybe. A 2x4 that needs to be replaced. There was one spot where the plumbing need to be adjusted. You can see here on the screen it isn't level. That could cause some drainage backup in the future. Very minor things that do happen from subcontractors that are coming in to build this home, not the builder itself. But some of these things will pass a county inspection. And if it passes county inspection, I can almost guarantee you that they're going to just keep building right past it if you
Oh,
don't get
dude,
to see
if it
behind the
passes
walls.
county, I tell you what, we got to remember they're
That's it.
building homes out here, right? When they know the county inspections that day, they're crossing their fingers, right? They're just like, all right, are we going to continue
Absolutely.
to work on these things, or are we going to move on to the next step? All they care
And are
about
we
is,
getting delayed?
yeah, all they care about is, hey, past their move. They're not going to go back and be like, oh yeah, county passed us, but let's continue to do these things on the home. No, 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 no.
So in this case, we're able to kind of tell them to slow down. These things need to be adjusted. And with this builder, we knew that we've worked with them several times. They really adhere to this inspection report. It does say in their contract it's under the seller's discretion whether to fix any of these items, but in our experience, they tackled everything right away. So and it was great to have a great construction manager in this community that told us, here's what, okay, I got your report, I fixed it, here are the invoices and here are the photos for it, to show you that everything was repaired. So we were really honed in on locking in the quality for this home because we knew we had the opportunity to get behind the walls. And someone that's coming from out of state, moving to Florida, relocating, not really knowing much about construction of a house in Florida, how the block construction works, how settlement works in these homes, from the dirt that you'll see all around this home, and then building sometimes on sand or clay, how that affects the home. These are very important things to get addressed before we start getting those walls up. And I guarantee you, if you're not doing that, there are probably a few issues behind those walls that you just surpassed and
Human
completely didn't
error,
know.
it's never perfect. Now, one of the things that we really lean into is having those preferred sales reps, right? Like people that we can
Yeah.
lean on that work for the builder. I'll be honest with everybody. We sell a lot in this community. The one rep that we did have has moved on. So we are going through right now working with different
Yeah.
sales reps, finding out which one is going to fill that void. But that is our vision. That's how we work, right? Like when we're out there scoping these communities out, we're less of, ooh,
Yep.
look at that home, I love that home. We're more like, okay, how do we, if somebody loves this community and loves one of these homes, how do we get them the best deal, right? And we know we have to have that PSR. I can guarantee you this: there is a couple of reps in here that we know not to work with. We're still trying to find that one, but that's like, let
Yeah.
us go through those things so you don't have to go through the luck of the draw when you're walking into these model homes, because that's exactly what it's about. That's exactly what it's about.
And once you do call us and you're down here and you're working with us, you will get the experience like many of the families that we work with do. When we walk into the model home and we have that preferred sales rep, and then we walk into a different model home and we don't have that preferred sales rep. We had one this weekend. We walked out in the model home. They're like, I don't even know what just happened. Like, she just told us a price, told us it was across the
I know.
street, and then turned
Yeah.
around and walked back in her office and didn't even ask any questions. Didn't seem motivated
Yeah.
to work with us. And it's such a terrible experience. It's almost turns you off from wanting to work with that
Of
builder, even if
course,
there
of
was
course.
a great home for you
You
there, a
got to
great deal
think,
to be
right? Like,
had.
let's just say $500,000 product on average, right? right? Like if you go to
Yeah.
buy a $500,000 car and somebody acts like that, you're gonna be like disgusted. Like I'm supposed to be getting the best experience ever. Like, how do I know they're making this home correctly? Why aren't they hiring the right people? Like, it's just, you got all of these thoughts in your head and you're like, no, I'd rather move on to somewhere that cares a little more.
Exactly. And we have these people just to help us get to the finish line, to get the end goal of what you want, the best deal, the best quality home we can. But sometimes they're just not working in our favor. So we really do vet through those people to make sure that we can get you the best person to work with. Even this past weekend, we had a home that was canceled at one of the builders. The sales rep reached out to me, said, "Hey, I know your family's looking for this floor plan. There's one on the water coming back to market. It might not be released until Monday at the latest, maybe, but you now have an opportunity to look at this home." We got out there the same day, did the drone video for the family, did the walkthrough of the home for the family, was able to get it over to them same day. They came in town over the weekend, visited the home, went under contract. No one else even had an
Before the
opportunity to
market gets to
purchase
it.
before the market gets to it, a completely off market transaction. So
That
for
was
us to
one of
have,
our, like, when we first started as a team, just like really leaning
yeah,
into new construction, right? We brought you on because Corey used to
hmm,
actually work in new construction. That was like one of the perks we knew we had up front. We were like, man, we have such good relationships. Like, we know when the deals are coming. And then we
yes.
started building more and learning more. So, but yeah, I mean, that right there is something that's definitely undervalued, I would say, when it comes to finding quality deals, right? Getting access to that stuff before the whole market, even before they put it on the website with the price and all of that stuff.
Yes, and we even tell you, like, we can get a good sales rep and they can send you some photos, maybe some updated videos. They're in this community, 5 times a week. So, they're available to at some point help you out with some photos, but even then we don't always get the transparent documentation that we're asking for. Something else that we really harp on with these drone videos, with these home walkthroughs. Here's a fun story for you. One of our other clients is working with the construction manager on a completely semi-custom built home. So he's expecting updates, right? Maybe what's going on in the house, a photo here and there. That was never going to happen. Here's the latest update quote that he got from the builder. "We started up the AC this week. We are doing paint punch today."
Thanks for giving me an update on my semi-custom home. I'd love to see a
No,
photo of it.
no pictures. You can't see if anything was installed right. Nothing. Not a
But that's
video.
just part
Just
of it.
that. That's part of the process, and we're not expecting all of these construction managers to give you thorough updates. But I mean, a snap of a photo doesn't take too long. Nonetheless, that's what we're here for. We're gonna get onto the home site with the builder, make sure that these things are looking good or just normal to us at least. Like, we're not the third party inspector, but I'm sure at this point we're able to point out a few things that aren't correct because we do this so often. So we're really locking in that quality, but the transparent documentation, not only with your videos of your home, but other things that come along with being under contract and after you close the home, such as the HOA documentation and your warranty booklet that comes from the builder. I don't think a lot of people know there are a ton of things that you can do to void warranties in
Oh
your new
yeah.
construction home once you start trying to add stuff on or do your own little personal touches. For instance, if you were going to go ahead and extend the lanai, that can void your structural warranty, your 10-year structural warranty on the home. A lot of people see the LVP floors sometimes have little gaps between the baseboard and the floor, but it's supposed to be like that to let the floors breathe as they expand and stretch with the different temperatures. But if you caulk it, which a lot of people like to look better, you're going to void that floor
Isn't that
warranty.
so weird? But here's the thing, right? Transparent to us because we do not work for any builder, right? If you go into a model
Yes.
home and you say, "Hey, I'm just whenever I move in, I'm just going to extend my lanai," right? Whoever that representative, they're
Right.
going to be like, "Yeah, that's fine. Cool. Let's go ahead and buy this home." With us, it's like, "Hey, watch out for this. I can sell you
That's
any
it.
home that I want to. I'm going to be as transparent with you as possible." We say this little analogy all the time. Whenever you move in, I want to be able to come over and have spaghetti with you and not feel like, damn, I sold them a home that they disliked, you know? So,
That's it.
that's you want to make sure that whoever your representation is on point with that kind of stuff. Could be your Aunt Susan, would love, love, love for it to be us. Chris said the other day, he said he don't have beef with Aunt Susan.
That's good. I don't got beef with Aunt Susan either. We just want you to protect your investment when you're going into spending, three quarters, $500,000. It's important that you get these structural things and you get notated what needs to be fixed in the home during the construction process because there is warranty afterwards. But sometimes it's you go past the 2-year warranty and then something happens to your floors, or you go past a plumbing warranty and then the plumbing issue backs up. A lot of these issues can be fixed from the jump in an early construction process. So we're really leaning on those inspectors and hoping that our clients want to get these inspections, because every single time we find something, there's never been a perfect
It
third
always
party
happens.
inspection. And that's very common, right? It's nothing to be scared of. But I think it's still important. And when you actually look at what it costs to get the inspections, it's almost nothing when you're talking about a 30-year mortgage.
This cost our clients $0, so it's a no-brainer, right? Even if it's not us, like I said, Aunt Susan, somebody go in there with representation. It's going to cost you $0 to have so, but make sure you have somebody with experience. It definitely helps. Once again, when you're
Absolutely.
going to buy these homes, do not just throw crap at the wall. That goes for the negotiation process, whatever you're going to negotiate for. That goes for the
Hmm.
inspection process, the terms, all of that stuff. Have some strategy behind it, because I always say you get one big swing at this thing. You can't make a bunch of little changes once you're under. And I tell you this: once you're under contract, and if you don't have a great sales rep, sayonara. They're going to be on vacation until they come back, right? So make
That's
sure you have
absolutely
some
right.
strategy behind you, because we want you guys to win. We see a lot of you guys out there in public. Some of you are using us, some of you are not using us, but make sure you have some strategy. I'm not going to lead you the wrong way. Make sure you're learning
That's
something
right.
here.
We were in Two Rivers this weekend, and we had someone walk up to me. And he's like, "I heard your voice in the other room. You're the Wesley Chapel King." He even did the little crown for me. He's like, "Hey,
Did he?
bro, look, check this out." Yeah.
I
So
love
he
it.
knew it, but I was like, "Hey, man, but you gotta call me. You can't
I
come to the
know,
builder
dude. What are you
without us.
doing here, bro? Get your
You
hands
gotta
off
call
me.
me
I'm the Wesley
though."
Chapel King.
Of course, but we're giving a lot of information. We're really helping
Sure.
people, but that's why people reach out to us, because we are very transparent about the process, and we know we're not tied to these builders. So if there's a better home, a better floor plan, location, community, whatever it is, you tell us your criteria for the home, what your family needs are, and then we just guide you in the best direction ultimately, because we work with all the builders in all these communities already.
A lot of times I want you to have a plan. Like, you may love the home, and you said it before and we just like ran with it. Like, you may love a home, and I'm going to be like, "Look, even though you don't want any other home, I'm going to get you a plan B and a plan C." And when we walk in here and we talk to my preferred sales rep, I'm going to tell them that our other preferred sales rep is doing XYZ. Like, we're going to work this market the way we know how to work it. This is the
Absolutely.
market to do that in. The COVID market was not fun when they did not need us and they didn't want to pay anybody and they had 20 people trying to buy a home. That's not a fun market. This is the fun market right here, people. Promise you.
I agree.
Anything else before we hop off?
No, man, we're all good. We're all good. Another great deal for us over here with this client. Let's get back to the next one.
Love it, love it. If you made it this far, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, what the heck are you doing? Catch you guys on the next one.